The fights were. I enjoyed the fights.
I thought it was a horrible card.
Well, what did you think?
When you say enjoy, B, what did you enjoy about the fights?
So here's. I thought I really.
Where'd you
really
watch that?
enjoyed,
First of all,
I
set
just
the
watched
stage
it.
for me.
I watched it at my home.
You watched it at your house by yourself.
Okay,
by myself. That's the best way.
So what I really enjoyed actually, and I'll make a. You tell me what you think. Are you
going straight to main event right now?
We can go straight to main event. I mean, well,
I'm saying when you say enjoyed the fights, like what did you enjoy? If you look at all the fights, Neil Magny got.
Yeah,
I mean, literally
crazy.
didn't throw a punch.
Got kicked to the ground. I mean, Jesus.
Went the wrong way on the head arm choke.
What was that? Yeah, that was
went the wrong way.
Just
He's also a world class guy. No, it's Neil Magny should not be. He's very good and he's beat some great guys. When it comes to world class jiu-jitsu, that's just not for him.
That's not his thing.
That's his Achilles heel. You look at Damian Maia. You look at Dos Anjos. Like they ate his ass up on the ground. He's lost on his feet wrestling. I'd probably say mid-level purple belt jiu-jitsu, which at that level, with the top 6, top 10, you're going to get ate the fuck up if they have a good ground game.
Yes.
So we saw that. So that wasn't a fight, right? And then Gilbert Melendez, foot was fucked up.
I enjoyed watching how tough Gilbert was in that.
That doesn't do it for me.
And I thought Jeremy...
How tough? So Jeremy Stevens fighting a one-legged... He's fighting one-legged Melendez.
Yeah.
And it went to decision. And Melendez kept getting falling down from his leg was so fucked up.
Yeah,
they should have stopped the fight, but Melendez so goddamn tough, he didn't want to.
So tough.
Yeah, so you get Jeremy Stevens with one leg, and I know it sounds like I'm hating, but I was just like, you get a one leg Stevens.
I like the skill level, man. It looked like it was really, I mean, maybe
for who?
For Jeremy Stevens, I thought he looked great.
It's tough to tell.
Yeah.
You're fighting a guy with one leg.
Yeah.
So what's skill?
Well, and then you saw Gilbert like changing from southpaw to
not
orthodox.
Really. He can't change.
Yeah.
So he had to leave his lead leg out there. So he'd kick it, he'd fall on the ground.
Dude, this new
have you seen the
kick,
picture of it?
New low kick, no.
It's his legs like fucked.
Yeah, just.
But to me, like that wasn't fun for me to watch. Like I know how tough Gil is. Right. I don't need a demonstration for 3 rounds of him getting kicked on the leg. That doesn't do anything for me.
God, it was so rough.
Great win for Jeremy Stevens, but it wasn't a fight.
Right.
So then what other fights you have?
So for
you have Latifi versus Pedro.
Yeah, I enjoyed the main card a lot.
That's what we're covering, the main card.
No, I mean I enjoyed the main event. I thought Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko were. Their striking is to me looked so high level. It just looked so technical, and I loved watching it. I really did. Valentina Shevchenko is so. What did you think? I thought it was.
You go first.
So for me, I couldn't figure out who was actually ahead in the card. I thought that at the end of the day, it was so close until Valentina tried to throw that headlock, made a mistake. Amanda took her back, and then Amanda took her down. Mm-hmm. So
in the 5th
just for that, I would have edged it out to Amanda Nunes.
That's fair, B.
Right? But they were both so good. Like you're talking about, like I'm going to say, like, I almost wanted to talk about it on, like it's like you're talking about. We talk about sexism, we talk about feminism and stuff like that. Dude, you're talking about 2 women who are on such a level, on such a technical level as fighters. And it's riveting. And I would even suggest, with the exception of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, that female fighting has never been, in a lot of ways, this exciting. Female boxing, I can't really name a female boxer.
Clarissa,
all due respect. There's some great...
There's one.
There's one, right? MMA this is a new sport for women. It's as competitive as women's tennis or, as anything else.
I disagree, B.
Really?
This is why it's competitive. And hear me out. I like women's fighting. Amanda Nunes, Shevchenko. I agree with you.
High technical.
Shevchenko cannot expect to win a fight by just counterpunching all fight long. Her octagon control was awful. Amanda Nunes, if Amanda Nunes didn't pressure the fight, you don't have a fight. So Shevchenko can't win a fight by always answering second. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She only responded, and you can be a counterpuncher, but sometimes you have to press the action or throw shots to land, leg kicks. But if Amanda Nunes does not approach her, is not the aggressor, you don't have a fight at all. So in that fight, she really didn't land anything significant. She landed some shots. But again, I was looking at the rounds. I go, listen, all right, I give Amanda Nunes, not a lot's going on here. No one's landing a lot.
Right.
She has octagon control, aggression control. There's no fight if Amanda's not pressing the action.
Right.
When I say press the action, Amanda wasn't throwing much either. It wasn't a great fight at all. Their last fight was much better. Amanda Nunes has much better fights. Amanda Nunes, you could argue that she's the best female fighter of all time at 135.
Yep.
She's beat
You can
Miesha
make that
Tate,
argument,
Ronda
100%.
Rousey, Shevchenko twice.
Yeah. And
Twice.
that's a big deal.
She beat Durandamine as well.
Yeah.
So you look on paper, she's probably the best of all time.
I agree with you.
So that fight wasn't great, but again, I would give Amanda rounds. She's the champ. She's the aggressor, octagon control, not a whole lot of action going on. What really sticks out, to your point, the takedown.
Yeah.
When Shevchenko went for that takedown, and then then Amanda had back control, and then the huge takedown in the 5th round, and then Shevchenko's landing some shots from her back, but not doing much. So Amanda controlled those rounds. I give the fight to Amanda a close edge. No one got robbed. Shevchenko,
No.
I'm not trying to see it a third time.
No,
I guess.
no.
I guess.
Well,
but
okay,
this is my point. So when you say it's as high level as tennis, it's not, because those girls playing tennis have been doing it for how long?
Since they were 7.
Since they were 7. Yeah. How many tennis players are in the world? How many?
Many.
It's
a worldwide
right?
sport.
So, and again, this is just where we're at. It's not a knock on female fighting, but female fighting hasn't been around that long at all.
3
maybe
years? 3 years? 4 years?
Let's say 6 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
But maybe a little longer. But I'm saying, as far as mainstream getting notoriety, getting attention, let's say 6 years to play it safe here. 6 years. So if you have a daughter and she's 18 and wants to be a fighter, chance for making the UFC as a female fighter, she can be 6-0, 7-0.
Yeah.
She's probably going to make it. So the level of talent isn't that great.
Right.
So you have your talent pool. So you have Shevchenko, who's 16-time world champion Muay Thai. She's been doing it forever. You have Holly Holm. You have Ronda with a judo background. Amanda Nunes with her jiu-jitsu and just her background, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. But there's not a deep pool.
Yes.
So Shevchenko versus Amanda Nunes is the most technical fight we've seen out of women in a long time.
That's what I
because
thought.
Amanda had Ronda had such an advance as far as judo, but then the game caught up. And then she's not doing well.
So for me,
but to say it's as good as tennis or women's soccer or even women's basketball or any of that stuff, or swimming, gymnastics, it's just not there.
Not yet. However, wouldn't you say that and I don't know, but would you say that the actual fight, we haven't seen that level of striking, just distance, counter, head movement, all of that.
Joanna versus Claudia Gadeja was a better fight.
Right, but
because Joanna,
Technically, though,
Joanna, as far as mixed martial arts, is a better striker than Shevchenko.
She's amazing.
Although I think Shevchenko beat her when they fought outside the octagon.
Might have been because she was bigger too. But
but still, I think for my money, Joanna is the best striker in the UFC.
I would agree with you on that.
And she just head over heels better than everyone. But again, who's she fighting as far as comparables in that striking background?
What about
because you look at in men, it's been around long. You even look at men like. I'll watch, when you watch Triple G Canelo this weekend,
right?
When you watch it this weekend, the level of striking in that fight, and then you go back to the UFC fight, those guys some of them have only been striking for 4 or 5 years.
It's true. Yeah. But I'm saying,
you can tell.
I'm sorry?
And you can tell.
You can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
You see a guy, a lot of times you see a guy who might have, he's 6-0. Mm-hmm. His background, I don't know, might be a wrestler or something. Those heavyweights this weekend.
Yeah.
The guy got hit, pulled back like this. You think Canelo Triple G, who's been fighting since they were 7, pull back with their hands out like
However,
this?
wouldn't you say, I feel like as I watch, I'm trying to think of another example of this. Well, even Jeremy Stevens, even though he's fighting Gilbert, who was injured, but I feel like the striking game for all of these guys, every 6 months gets higher level.
Yeah, that's right. And I think you're seeing a lot of, that's a great point. And I think you're seeing a lot of guys who aren't adapting getting left behind.
Yes.
Listen, Gil's been around for a long time. Jeremy Stevens isn't a Conor McGregor or a Wonderboy Thompson, but Jeremy Stevens is like, oh, you're going to have a wide stance like a boxer?
I'm going to kick your leg
You've been doing that for 10 years, and that's all. You're either wrestling or boxing. I'm just going to kick your leg because your leg's right there. I'm not even a kicker, but I have that ability to kick.
Yeah. So
guys in camps that aren't making those adjustments are getting left in the dust. Because when you think about it, especially from 185, not fair, so from 170 down, look at all the champs. Name one champ who's just doing boxing and wrestling. No, none of them.
It's not the Nick
170,
Diaz school of,
170. So you got Woodley, right? But so you got Wonderboy, he's making waves.
Yep.
You got guys like Jorge Masvidal, and then at 55, look at 55, Conor, Tony, Kevin Lee, Khabib. These guys, they mix it all well.
Yes.
45, Max Holloway, you got a game changer. 35, you got T.J. Dillashaw, you got Cody Garbrandt. Those guys do everything well.
Yeah.
And then you got Mighty Mouse. So guys that like, and there's not enough depth at 85, light heavyweight. You can get away with doing that stuff. Stipe, just boxing wrestling. Light heavyweight, you got DC, just boxing wrestling. Because they're all older, but you can see where the game's evolving. To your point, with these lighter weight classes, guy like Max Holloway does it all. Conor McGregor does it all.
I mean, Tony Ferguson, he's doing crazy shit.
Kevin Lee does it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
These guys are, they're dynamic.
Yeah.
But you're going to see
that's
that.
a really classic example of
it slowly
Gilbert.
Trickles down as the heavier, because the heavier weight classes it takes forever. They don't have much depth. There's just not a lot of big guys out there. So it takes a while to advance, but you're going to get some freak that looks like Anthony Joshua or that looks like LeBron James who's like, I want to try fighting, and he's good at everything.
He's going to kick your legs out.
Dominates. Like a John Jones, but without the PEDs.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it's a good point. But because with Gil, and you look at these guys, there comes a time where the game passes by.
It's very interesting to me too. Yeah,
it's
very interesting to me too that Gil, who's a veteran and stuff, and that comes from a camp. I guess it just didn't dawn on them that.
But look at their whole camp.
Working.
It's been working. All of them are successful. You got Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, Jake Shields, Gilbert.
They're like kick my leg, whatever.
But the game
changes.
goes. You just got to keep going.
Nobody can take kicks to your lower leg like that for a fight.
Jim, bring up a picture of Gil's leg. It's literally all over.
I mean, this is that.
Wait till you see this
talking about.
leg.
This is the new kick too, like those low
ones.
Oh, where the meat is. Like,
and again, Stevens really isn't. That's not his forte. Is kicking, but.
Oh God!
Wait till you see this leg. This is from his wife, who's also a fighter.
Well, yeah, that's just not a good. That's not a good time. And I guess it's not bone; it's just all muscle,
swelling muscle.
Yeah. How long? You've had these issues. How long is he limping
Weeks.
for? Weeks.
I was in a wheelchair after Gonzaga.
In a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah. Like with Michael Chandler, he got kicked and it hit a nerve that just turned his foot off. Like you thought his foot was broken. And he's like, no, literally, he just kicked the perfect nerve ending. It turned my foot off.
He had to wait till it came back.
Yeah, and then after he's like, I'm fine. God damn it. Kicking's a motherfucker, man.
Yes, it's a motherfucker. It's why I always wear my fucking steel socks.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not walking out there without my steel socks, brother.
But yeah, that fight, I was just like, oh, and I was going back and forth with people, and I, not on Twitter, but friends and texting. We had this group chat, and it just wasn't a great card. It just wasn't.